All right, guys, so I want to talk real quick about instinctive dieting and instinctive training, okay? Because I was cooking breakfast just now and I saw this video. It just kind of popped up in YouTube.
Basically, I train instinctively, and I don't really know what I'm going to train when I go in the gym. It's kind of whatever I feel like training. My back's sore, I want to do back. I don't do back, I do chest. Hit the chest, vice versa. Maybe I feel like my back's a little weak body part. So I might train back 2 or 3 times a week. Maybe I feel like my shoulders are getting a little big for my chest. Lay off the shoulders, maybe hit them once every 2 weeks.
First of all, let me just say I'm a massive, massive fan of Rich Piana, okay? And whatever you want to talk about steroid accusations or whatever, it's obvious that the guy knows what he's talking about. It's obvious that it works for him, okay? However, he's also somebody who really knows what the hell he's doing. I mean, he was a personal trainer for years and years. He was a really good amateur bodybuilder, fitness icon. Okay, he's not the average person. Okay, so for him to say, yeah, my shoulders are too big, so I'm gonna, work on my arms more because they're kind of lagging. For him to say my legs are tired, my legs are sore, so I'm not gonna do my leg workout today. I'll hit back again. That kind of makes sense because he obviously knows what he's talking about. Okay. Another guy who said something similar is, I think his name's Thomas DeLauer. He does a lot of videos about nutrition, especially keto. I agree. Like I said, I think the guy, knows what he's talking about. I agree with almost everything he says. But still, Thomas DeLauer says something similar about the cyclic ketogenic diet. He's like, he'll go ahead and eat carbs whenever he feels like, okay? Like his body will tell him that he needs a refeed, and then he'll go ahead and have some carbs, and he'll stop when his body tells him to stop. Well, that's another really good thing. But check this out, okay? Those are some very advanced guys who get some very great results and are absolute experts in their field. But let's say somebody, for instance, a new guy, okay, is going to go ahead and work out when he feels like it, okay? How many people do you know do one workout, they kill themselves in that one workout, and then the rest of the very first week they're starting training, like, well, I'm still sore, so I'm just going to take today off, okay? I mean, let's be honest. And as for like, oh, well, my whatever body part is strong and my whatever body part is weak, so I need to go ahead and work this more. I mean, how many people when I was in the Army, there's a guy I knew, he would just do chest. Like he wouldn't even do chest and biceps. He just did chest like every single day. He'd work out like, 3 times a week. He'd do chest like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's like all he did. Okay. Now, I mean, he didn't say it was instinctive training, but like, let's say somebody's instinctive training. Like how often would your body tell you to do squats until you vomit blood? I mean, not that you have to, squat until you vomit blood, but we know squats suck. Deadlifts suck. I enjoy squatting and I enjoy deadlifting, but I'm kind of a weird masochistic kind of person, but most people would just use every excuse in the book to avoid it. It's like, well, I'm still kind of sore. I did 3 hyperextensions like 2 days ago, so I'm not going to do deadlifts today because my lower back is still sore. It's like, you need, when you're starting off, to have kind of like a, kind of have some kind of a structure, okay? You need to have a structure. You need to stick to the structure, okay? You need to sometimes work out if you're a little bit sore, okay? If that happens consistently, you have to make a scientific informed change to your schedule so you have more time off in between the workouts that are making you sore, okay? But you can't just say, well, I'm not going to work out if I'm sore. I'm not going to work out if I feel like I got a good workout yesterday, so I'm not going to do anything today. And like I said, it's the same thing with the diet. Like I said, Thomas DeLauer can say, hey, I feel like I need carbs. He might go a couple weeks without carbs. He might go a couple days and then need carbs. But like I said, you're not Thomas DeLauer. How many people, if I were to say, well, whenever you feel like you need carbs, just go ahead and eat some carbs. How many people would be like, oh, well, I'm just going to go ahead and eat, ate some pancakes today. It's like, well, I thought you had a refeed yesterday. Yeah, my body was telling me I needed some carbs, so I had a few pancakes after the workout. I felt better. Well, okay, great. That's probably going to happen every day if you're going to just like, quote, listen to your body as a beginner, okay? So it's kind of like people used to talk about with painting. You need to learn the rules first, okay? Then after you learn the rules, you can break the rules, okay? Like, all these great impressionist painters were great classical painters who then were like, okay, now that they're awesome, screw the rules, they're going to do what they want to do. They weren't people who are like, I'm just going to throw a can of paint at a canvas and never even bothered to learn to paint properly, because I want to be creative. It's like, no, you got to learn the structure first, then you can go outside the structure. If I tell you, listen, jump on the steak and eggs diet, you got to go 2 weeks with zero carbs, okay? And then you'll be able to have carbs every Saturday, whatever, every Saturday. That is, something you can live with. But like I said, instinctive, like, well, just don't train when you're sore. Don't train, if you feel like, your other body part's lagging. Don't, eat carbs whenever you feel like it. Eat as many calories as you feel like it. That is, over time, going to cause more problems than it is going to actually cause, that is going to solve any problems.